On exercise 2-20, I've already started a new file using NoTemplate metric. And the way that I'm going to be accomplishing this one is going to look a little bit different than the way you would think that you might want to accomplish this. The reason being is I want to lay everything out as simply as possible, then I can go back in and actually add more of the technical details. To do this, I'm actually going to start with a line at the right edge and come down 30. Then I need to come to my left a 155, up 110. This is then going to go over 60, down 30, and now I've got this arc shape in here. Well, rather than putting the arc shape in as it sits, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a solid corner that's going to represent that arc. Now, the solid corner that I would need would have to be 50 by 50 since the arc is a radius of 50. So I come to the right 50, I come down 50, and then I can close this object off. Now, I want to put that arc in, so what I'm going to do is use my fillet command. And it wants me to select my first object or undo polyline radius trim multiple. Well, I want to hit R enter to set the radius, and rather than type in a distance which is just 50, I can also click these 2 points and it'll make it 50. So what I'm going to do now is just click these 2 lines and it's going to put that arc in. Now I'm ready to begin with the rest of this process and putting in everything else that I need to put in. So in taking a look at the rest of this piece, I'm going to go ahead and put the circle in that goes up here. And to do that, I'm going to use the circle command and I'm going to start it right here. And I'm going to hit D enter for a diameter and give it a diameter of 30. Now I'm going to move this from this center point. I know that in my X direction it needs to go 30, comma, my Y direction, negative 20. Enter. And that's going to put that in the exact position that it needs to be in for this particular part. Now I can begin working on these bottom holes. I know that it is 20 to the first hole, so I'm going to offset, well, I'll do it the same way I did this circle. I'll go ahead and draw my first circle with a diameter of 12 right here. And then I'm going to move it. It's going to go in the X direction, 20, comma, Y direction, 15. Enter. And that's going to put that right there for me to use. Now there are 7 of these holes, and they are 20 millimeters apart. So what I'm going to do is click on this icon that looks like the window, which is the array command. I know I want a rectangular array. I want 1 row with 7 columns. The column offset is 20. My objects is just this circle. Now I want to preview this. Okay, that looks like I want it to look. So I can right click to accept the array. Now I need to go in here and I need to figure out this other interior portion. The easy way for me to do this is going to be to start by offsetting this. So I'm going to go back to that offset command, 20, enter. And then I could just left click and bring that down to right here. What this is going to do is this is going to give us a good start point. I know that the left edge of this is also 20 off of the left side, so I can offset that. Now I can just connect this endpoint with this point and this endpoint with this point. Now I'm going to use the trim command, but instead of hitting enter, I'm going to actually pick these 2 as my cutting edges, hit enter, and then trim out the back sides of this. Now, this says all fillets and rounds are R8 unless otherwise specified. Well, the only one that was specified any differently was this radius right here. So I'm going to go back to my fillet command, hit R enter for the radius, and my fillet radius is going to be 8, enter. Now I can go ahead and pick here and here, hit my spacebar to get back into the command, and I'm just going to go ahead and fillet all the way around this thing in all the spots that need fillets. Now I can go ahead and fillet the interior of this, and one last corner. And this is exercise 2-20. Again, we just did the layout. We used the fillet to get this radius right here, offset to get in here, offset to get the backside, and then we used fillet to round off all our corners, and we used a rectangular array to get the pattern that we have down here.